Hello everyone, and welcome to the Family Guy Any Percent tutorial filmed on 3/12/2021. My name is Chloe Gwen, and I'm going to be teaching you how to speedrun the Family Guy video game. Recently, there has been a new discovery, and that is how to warp characters into other levels. You can do this from pretty much any spot in the game, but certain spots soft lock the game, and others just aren't helpful. The main use for it is warping Stewie into Brian levels. We do this because Brian walks at about half the speed of Stewie. Also, Stewie can jump, so he's just a lot faster than Brian. And it's recommended that you do this skip. It's not very hard, it is very consistent, but it will require you to use 3 different save slots. You're going to be using the first one, the second one, and the third one throughout the run. Another thing I want to note before we get started is you do want to have your autosave on. We used to turn it off before runs, but due to this new character swap glitch, you'll want to leave it on for the whole run. If you're on a PS2, you do turn it off at certain points, but on Xbox, it is about 0.3 seconds per save versus about like 2 or 3 on a PlayStation. So you really want to just keep it on Xbox. It's not that big of a deal, but if you're on a PlayStation, I believe the spot you turn it off at is before the left lung, and you need to turn it on later, but I'm not sure where. This will not be a PS2 tutorial. This is specifically for the Xbox version of the game. And to our current knowledge, Xbox 360, and whether it's NTSC or PAL, they all function the same. The only differences between Xbox and PlayStation that I know of right now are PlayStation has this weird infinite clip glitch where you clip through everything you touch. It's very strange. There's a skip in the Testicles that's you just walk out of bounds to the left towards the end of it, and we have no way to clip out of bounds on Xbox, but it does work on PlayStation. And Jetpack Skip is very inconsistent on Xbox. The current world record does have Jetpack Skip, but it's an extremely inconsistent strat. I recommend going for it, and I will teach it, but there's no known setup for it. And I will show the PS2 setup, but no, it's not going to work on an Xbox if you try it. So we should be able to go get into this. The only other thing I want to note is if you're on a PAL PS2, you do have the fastest version of the game, while Xbox does load faster and save faster. PAL PS2, the characters are moving at about like 18% faster move speed. We're not really sure why, but the game's just running a lot faster in PAL. The only downside, like I said, is that you have slower loads, and I think Mailbox Skip is like the only harder thing on a PAL PS2, but like I said, as we go through the run, I'm going to explain all this. We're going to get started. You just hit new game, and you'll want to start on the first save file. The way I have it set up is we're going to be using this first save file for the hospital ricochet room. MRI room goes here, and then our actual playthrough is going to be auto-saving to this file. That way, when you're playing throughout the game, if you need to warp to MRI, you flick down, and if you need to warp upstairs, you flick up. But the way I was doing it before was Griffin here, MRI here, and this police here. But then, you know, you're having to do 2 every time you go upstairs. So the way I have it set up is going to be a lot more optimal for runs, and I recommend doing it. Although you can use any 3 slots that you feel comfortable with. Just make sure you're doing the same 3 every single time, same spots for the different locations, and get that muscle memory down. So we're going to start. The minute you hit confirm here, yes to this, that is when timer will start. And I believe if you don't have any save files, the game will just kind of start when you hit A. I'm not sure, but I'm just at this point where I have the save files. So, and you'll get here too after doing a run or two. So just when you're here, you hit A on yes. That's when the time starts. And we're going to be getting into the Griffin upstairs. The goal in this room is to get 19 power-ups. We have managed to clip out of bounds, but there's just no way to go through the door from out of bounds. So you must collect these 19 power-ups. It's very simple, though. Just follow the route I'm taking, and you'll be good. You can do your own variation, too, if that's more comfortable, but this will be the fastest route you can take. Then once you collect these 19 power-ups, this door back here will open by Meg, and we can head into the kitchen, and we will have our first skip. This is called lowest skip. During this cutscene, just make sure you hold down. It's not a huge deal, but it will adjust you so you don't bang against this microwave when you're moving left to right. If you don't hold down, you'll be like right here, and it'll kind of push you. So it's like a slight time saver. How lowest skip works is you just want to hold up left into this corner, and then jump in, and then you mash A here when you're in the corner. But I'm just going to do it fast to show you how it looks that way. So usually I come up like this, jump into the corner, and you just mash A and you'll get it like that. Then collect this bolt. This will finally unlock your ray gun and let you shoot it. Before this, you had no access to it. You really want to make sure you collect this bolt before you continue, because if you skip it when you go into the next level, you're not going to be able to use your ray gun. So just make sure you grab that when you exit out of the house. And then we're going to have another skip here. This is called house skip, and it's very simple to do. What you're going to do is walk down, jump on top of this car, walk off, and then when you're midair, jump again and hold here, wait to get shot, jump and hold, and then jump over to the roof. The reason this works is when you walk off the roof and then you do a jump midair, it puts Stewie in this state where bullets will just lock him in place midair. So you can just jump again, get shot, and get locked in the air, and then make the jump across to the house. There is a faster version of this skip, but it's a little more advanced. I do it in my runs, so if you've seen me do it there, you probably know it. You could try it if you're confident, and it is semi-consistent, but I will say it is kind of difficult. Now we're in hospital. We're going to have a small trick here. What you're going to want to do is charge your ray gun and jump midair, then hold diagonally up left and shoot. That's going to break the glass. This glass normally can only take one shot at a time, but if the bullets hit it at different times, it'll take multiple points of damage. It's just if 3 bullets hit it all at the same time, it only counts as 1. So you want to do that charge shot. And then after that, you want to kill this nurse here. That's because if you don't kill this nurse, these guys out here, they're just all going to respawn when you kill them. So make sure you kill her first, and then come out here and kill all these guys. That'll let you get into this next room. Then we got our first save coming up. What I like to do is I just walk forward, shoot twice, walk here, shoot the wall to break that, and then you just want to shoot along this wall. It takes 5 bullets to kill her, and then shoot a bullet towards there and pause as the bullet is flying towards this wall. I just do that to not lose time when I'm menuing the save. Now when you're saving, you want to go to options, game options, flick autosave off, game options again, flick autosave back on, and then flick down to MRI room, and then hit yes. So what this is going to do now is it's made 2 saves of Hospital Ricochet. So we have this one we can reload to if we ever want to come back here. And then we have the new Hospital Ricochet, which we're going to do the same thing in MRI room to get it to where we have an MRI room warp and then our main file here. So then after you have that set up, you just go back, continue the game, and you can turn around and kill these guys and then walk up to this oxygen tank. This is a small skip called Oxygen Skip. If you accidentally shoot the oxygen tank before you attempt this skip, don't worry, there is a backup I will teach, but as long as you have the oxygen tank, you can just jump on it and then jump over. One thing that makes it a little easier is if you're lined up with it and you just double jump, Stewie will easily land on top of it. And then you can just jump over. But if... I'm going to just destroy this so I can get back there. If you accidentally destroyed the oxygen tank, and let's say there's like a laser over here, you know, laser here still, and you don't know what to do, there is a backup. You can just aim towards the wall down here and shoot twice. And, well, actually, it's not that wall. It's the other wall. Let me go back there and I'll show you. Okay, so this is the backup. You just want to come over here and shoot down twice, and 2 bullets will go into that and break it. But either way you get up, whether it's through the oxygen tank or doing the backup, you want to come to this generator, jump on top of it, and then from this, you want to jump over the lasers. Charge shot and shoot her, and then just spam your shots and kill everyone. And you can go on to the next room. This room has a fairly tight cycle, so just copy my movements, but there's really not much to explain here. And it's not that hard of a cycle to get. Like, I get it pretty much every run without fail. And you'll get a decent amount of power-ups too. When you get here, don't worry about the water. As long as you jump, like the minute you touch it, you're not going to take any damage. So you really don't have to fear the electricity. Try to collect all these power-ups here. I know I missed one, and if you do miss one, just keep going. It's not worth it to go back for, but really try to get all those, because they help a lot in the long run. And then when you come in here, you want to cut down to this area, and then walk up and shoot. So, I know that was kind of quick, but when you get in the room, just walk in slightly diagonally down this way, kill everyone, you know, and then you walk up and kill that last nurse. And if the nurse up here starts walking in this direction, while you're down here, you want to follow her in that direction. Also, make sure you're holding L, because it will lock onto enemies. If there's no enemies, it just locks Stewie in place. But as long as there's enemies in the room, he'll actually lock onto them. So yeah, and like I said, if the nurse moves in a direction, follow her. Because that's how Stewie's bullets will miss if you go the opposite direction. Like, if she's going this way and you try to cut right like that, you're going to miss. So make sure you're following the nurses like that. And that really only applies to the nurses who are kind of fatter and they chuck needles. Because that's their movement, is they kind of shuffle left and right. So make sure you're doing that when you lock on to them. But anyways, after you've killed anyone, you can start to progress up this little tower here. There's some machine part on the top. I don't really know what it is, but we have to go get it. And this is all pretty basic stuff. There's one small trick, and it comes right here. You can jump into this corner and grapple like that, see? I kind of got in a weird spot where it put me in this, like, floating state. But let's just try that again. If you do it correctly, you will propel yourself upwards to the next spot. Just like that. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can come over here and do that grapple, but honestly, doing it from here it's really easy. And then same thing applies here. You just come out to the outside there and grapple. You can do it from here if you want, but there's really no issue with just doing these quick grapples. And then grab the part and walk off. You'll have 4 enemies down here to kill. And then we'll go to the next room. Normally what I do is I only kill this nurse here and this nurse here, but I'm going to kill everyone in the room so I have time to explain this skip. This is called Nurse Skip. Now, normally what you have to do in this room is jump on these women's stomachs 4 times each. And if that's more comfortable for you to do, then you can do that over Nurse Skip. And I'll just show you what that looks like if you do that. You want to walk here and then walk back and forth. That's the fastest way to get the babies out. Otherwise, you'll have to bounce like that, which is slower. But like I said, I don't recommend doing this. It is very slow. And that will open that up. This nurse comes out. You don't even have to kill her. You can just run and mash Y on this door. And that applies to if you do Nurse Clip. But I will kill her just so I can demonstrate it. For Nurse Clip, and keep in mind this door would be closed so we couldn't go through here. But for Nurse Clip, you just want to walk into this corner, holding upright, and you double jump. When you jump, you want to input the second jump, like, right there, where I'm jumping. There's about 5 frames that this trick works. So, it's a little spaced out, you know, A. But then on that second jump, you want to actually just double tap A and hold it. And that's how you're going to clip. So, A, double tap A, hold. Sometimes you don't get it. Sometimes you do. It is pretty consistent. I'm just going to sit here till I get it. A, double tap A, hold. There we go. See? We clip. A, double tap A, hold. A, double tap A, hold. Oh, A, double tap A, hold. A, double tap A, hold. Yeah, see, so you can get it pretty consistent. That was probably 50-50 there, you know. It's not that bad of a trick. And then I'll just get out of bounds again to show you the actual movement. Once you're out of bounds, you hold left. When the cameras change slightly, you can just hold down. You'll clip back in and then mash Y on the door. In this room, just jump up on this woman's stomach. She'll shoot a rocket and you can head on through. You just want to start killing everyone in this room. These guys all take one shot, but the nurse in white over here is a little different. You go 3 charge shots and a normal shot. I had already shot her there, so I didn't need to input a normal shot again. But I'll demonstrate on her. 3 charge shots, 1 normal shot. That'll kill her. Try to collect all these power-ups if you can. They are very important throughout the run. You're going to need to get at least 300 by the end, so you really want to make sure you're watching your upgrade count. After you exit that room, come up here, shoot this wall twice, and then while the bullets are flying, you can take those guys out. You want to fly up here and charge shot into this wall. It'll destroy the laser box, and then you can just kill her. Kill this guy, kill that guy. And then you want to come up here and charge shot twice. These will, like, deflect off the wall into that, and you can jump off this laser generator over the wall. Make sure you have a charge shot ready to just fire into the nurse, and then take everyone out over here. Mash Y. And then we got another save here. This is the MRI room. So again, it's just autosave off, autosave on, and then we save into Police Station Desk 1. This save, though, will have a different name depending on where you are in the game when you last ended your run. So it's not always Police Station 1, but just remember the middle file. So now we have that set up, and we have a skip here called Mri Skip. The way this works is you just want to walk up into this corner, jump in the air, double tap, and hold forward. It's similar to Nurse Clip, but you don't need to be as precise with it. It's just jump, double tap, hold, and then hold up right there, and you will clip. And then once you're inside, you just hold down left and mash A, and you'll clip out again. So one more time, it's just A, double jump, hold the balloons, and then hold up right. But you need to be at the right height to where you hit the MRI machine, and I think her name's LaShonda. I don't remember her name, but I know this is like Cleveland's wife. And hit Cleveland's wife at the same time.
Dr. Kaplan, a head needs shrinking in room 412. Dr. Kaplan to room 412.
And yeah, Stewie will clip in. It's pretty consistent. I've heard on PS2 it's harder to clip out of this part, but on an Xbox it is very easy. Then you just want to come over here to this door, mash Y, and go on into the next level. Here is the first Brian level. But we are actually not going to play as Brian. Like I had mentioned, we play as Stewie in these levels. So the minute you get in, just pause. You want to go down to load game and load yourself into Ricochet. And it doesn't matter that you left this file. Remember, it is auto-saving, so you'll be able to come right back to it. Then in here, just hold up. The minute you die, pause. Just walk into the lasers, die, and pause right away. Go down to load game. Hit yes, and then you want to go police station cells. The minute you hit A, mash B, just right after. So we go A, mash B. And then after doing that, it'll drop the menu, and now the game is telling us to load into police, but we're also respawning as Stewie. So it's going to warp Stewie there. And now we get a blank load screen. And you can just pretty much hold right here for a while and run through the level as Stewie. Normally, Brian has to wait out these guys, do all these cycles, but just hold right and mash Y. The camera will lock to people, but just keep going and mash Y and you'll be good. Then when you get to this room, we're going to do some mashing. You just mash 2 buttons, alternate mashing them, and it's a really short mini game. Nothing too hard. And then again, we're just going to be holding right and jumping over these walls. It's a lot faster as Brian has to, like, walk around the walls, and he's moving at about half the speed of Stewie. Make sure you're mashing Y whenever you approach the doors. You really want to get through them ASAP, because if the guards do see you and you game over, it will fail. When you come in here, jump for the evidence quickly and then keep on running. You want to grab that fast because that guy in the back who's hanging is spinning, and he will detect you if you don't go fast. Then when you get here, normally you have to hit this switch to put porn on the TVs and distract this guard. But you can just run in front of him and mash Y. It really doesn't matter. Jump down here, grab the evidence, and then cut to the right, and you can get to the exit. And as you can see, you just blaze through these levels when you're playing as Stewie. It's about a 20-second setup, but that was about a 40-50-second time save, so it's really worth doing. You absolutely want to do it. Here we're introduced to a new mechanic. It's sliding in Stewie levels. It's a little weird to control, but if you hold left or right and just don't input any direction forward, Stewie kind of will turn. I don't really like doing it this way, and I usually just hold forward, which leads to Stewie doing this weird, like, flicking back and forth animation, but it's a lot more consistent in terms of your movement. Otherwise, if moving with the sticks, like left and right, feels better, then you can do that. We used to do a skip in this room called Large Skip, and you might have seen me do it in some runs. I don't recommend doing it anymore. We just go for the upgrades here. It's the same time if you have optimal movement. So just follow the path I do, and you'll be good. It's really not that hard, though, to do this large movement. And there's really not much to say. It's just get through this as fast as you can. Collect the part, and then head to the end. When you get in here, just book it to the end, because you're on a timer. So just hold forward, jump into the lake, and then you want to hold right just to adjust and not bonk on the wall. Try to collect as many of these upgrades as you can. They are very important, as I said, and this room has a ton of them. You'll usually get here with 2 or 1 seconds to spare. When you come in here, just mash A and jump forward. You just want to keep mashing A because there's a cutscene there at the beginning, and then once the cutscene plays, you can just balloon across. When you get in here, it's the same thing. Hold up and mash A so you can skip that Hey Brad cutscene. And then back there on that, I know that was kind of fast, but with these, if you hit Y on these and then jump in, it'll just close it instantly. So that's a faster way to warp. Y on that and then mash there. We have a skip here called Clown Skip. This is going to let us clip this wall and get into this room early. It's about a 20-second time save. From what I've heard, this is not very consistent on PS2, although I have not tried it myself. On Xbox, it is very consistent. You want to open this up, line yourself with the center of the clown, and just hold up. I didn't get it there because I was slightly too left. Let's give that another go. You want to hold up right here in the center. Clown will push you through. Right, jump 3 times, and then jump down. And you'll come out here. Kill all 4 of these guys, and then you're going to head into the next room. In this room, it's like a Galaga style, like Space Invaders type shoot 'em up game. I'm going to teach you the best path for it. You want to try to get all the enemies in the first cycle, but if you can't, don't worry. 2 cycles is really what you want to shoot for. But if you can 1 cycle, then that's really good. If you're low health too, make sure you destroy this white thing before going in. It'll give you some extra health. So cut to the left and come in this corner. Just fire off charge shots right away. You'll take out those nurses pretty easily. And then just fire more charge shots into this corner. And pretty much the strat here is just charge shots. Because you're able to kill 3 nurses at once versus only ever killing 1 nurse at a time with the single shots. And if you miss, there's like 3 different angles, so you don't necessarily have to hit your target to kill someone. Yeah, I just highly recommend spam the charge shots, and you'll get through this nice and quick. And then afterwards, if you're worried about upgrades, you can collect all these, and I will just for the sake of the tutorial, but whenever I'm doing actual runs, I just rush to the end and mash Y here. Alright, when you get here, you need to get to Peter, but there are a bunch of nurses guarding him, so we have to summon Death. When you summon Death, just cut right and mash Y onto this nurse, and he'll touch her and kill her instantly. Now, there is a thing here called Dam Skip. I'm only going to show 1 dam skip, so I can also give an example of what it looks like when you miss the dam skip. But after that nurse, you want to have already exited death. So I'm going to show the normal animation if you don't do a damn skip. But after you exit death, when he says, damn, I hate these last minute additions, mind control him again. Do not let go of the direction you were holding and just keep holding a direction. Walk him towards a nurse and mash Y, and he'll touch them and not say a quote. But if you don't do that, he'll say a quote like this.
Damn, I was gonna ask her out later.
But you can do a damn skip like this.
Damn, I hate these last minute
To skip the
additions.
quotes. And you can do that for all three. This last nurse cannot be damn skipped. He will always do this animation where he taps her and punches her. Don't even worry about a damn skip for her. And then we have the minigame Sexy Party coming up.
Damn, I hate
The
these
movement's
last
really
minute
consistent on this. You just go left, up, and then right and down a little. So just follow my movement like that. It's like up, left, up, right, and down. It's really simple. Alright, now we are loading into our first Peter level. We're going to have an out of bounds clip here. This is called Granny Clip. And it is very consistent. What you want to do is come up and kick the grandma and then set yourself up by this bush. And then just flick up on the stick. And work your way up to this window. Then when Peter's head is about lined up here and the grandma's where she is, you want to jump out and elbow drop her. And if you get it right, you'll clip out of bounds. But it can be a little awkward. Like you'll see here, there we go. So that's how you do it. You want to go left and then flick up left to clip out. It's a little awkward and it does take practice, but I'm sure with time you can get it consistently. I didn't think I would be able to, and then I just practiced it, and now I can do it fairly consistently. When you get out of bounds, you just want to jump up left twice, and then jump up right till the camera clips on Peter. Hold up left and jump down, and then we're going to hold down. We do that to get the camera following Peter. If you don't do that, the camera's going to be locked on this first area. You want to do 3 jumps down to the right, like that, and then just hold right for this first part of the level. If you don't do this, you'll soft lock. You need to be close enough to the stage to spawn the enemies and load the rest of the level. Because if you're too far, you're not going to hit the transitions. And then eventually you're going to see a little text box appear telling you to eliminate enemies. That's when you can do 3 jumps upright. This is to get around an invisible wall right here. If you don't do those jumps, there is a wall, as you can see. So you want to have the 3 upright jumps to come over here. And then walk down towards the SWAT car. Don't walk in bounds. Stop right here. Walk right. When this eliminate all enemies things comes up, jump down and to the right like this. Get out of bounds again, and then walk right. And then from here, you can just hold right. There's going to be another invisible wall coming up. Hopefully, I'm far enough to where I'm not going to hit it. But we'll see if I need to adjust more. Yeah, see, so I hit that wall. Not that big of a deal. You want to come back in around when you see this soda machine. Line up with that. And then jump upright to the clam and just elbow drop him. Normally, we'd kill him with the move of holding R and hitting X to spin. You can do 2 of those. But because we do this out of bounds movement, we do not unlock the spin. And you have to kill him through elbow drops. It takes about 10 elbow drops. But this still does save about 20 seconds over doing the actual route through the level. So it's highly recommended you go for Granny Skip every single run. Now we just got another mashing minigame. It's the same thing, alternate the buttons, and you are all good. Yeah, there's really not much to say about this level. If you don't do the out of bounds movement, it is very different, and if you don't want to do it, you can learn the regular route. I'm not going to teach it, but just watch one of my old runs and you can see it. When you get into this level, make sure you load game and go down to MRI room. This is the only one that you need to use the MRI room to load. The ricochet will not work going into police station evidence. You have to use MRI room to warp there. So make sure you go MRI room when you get into Pimp. From MRI room, we're going to jump over to the MRI machine, on top of it, and then onto a laser. That is faster than going around. And then again, it's just load game, A, mash B, and then we're going to respawn in the other level. So again, just follow my paths. There's not really any tricks here. You just have to follow the movement I do.
Help! All right, here's another one. I can't even think.
There
of what
is a cutaway
part of the
over
police file
here
on Seabreeze.
with like an
Jackpot.
Abraham Lincoln minigame, but if you go around
Another
this
clue.
shadowy area, you can
Nice.
skip it. Jump on the box and jump over to the door, and you can
Time
skip
for the
that
old
guard.
lampshade Hey, there's Seabreeze.
Then we're just gonna grab some more evidence files.
Must remember.
There's another
Can go
cutscene
under
in this
desks.
room too. You can
This
skip.
is a costume.
It's the
This is a
Seabreeze
costume.
cutscene.
It was my lunch
Make sure you
break.
go
It sure
around
sounded
Seabreeze like that. If you go
Night
through her,
cabinet.
it will
All right,
it
here's
will play
another
the
one.
cutscene. Jump on this bench, and then from the bench, you want to jump on top of here, and then from here, jump across the room into that door. And then just be holding upright during this cutscene and mashing A, just so you can get this jump right away,
Cool, man. Control yourself. Not everything
and
is a
float
toilet.
on to the end. And you don't even have to push a button going to that end door. It just ends automatically. Here, just hold forward and mash A right when you get into the level. You can get a jump from Stewie mid-air like that, and then get over to this jelly donut earlier. Then you want to just go upright, collect these bolts, and then follow this path I take. From here, just do basic jumps, and then hold the balloons till you get over to this nickel. Jump over, shoot those. I recommend charge shots to kill them. You want to charge shot these walls. They take 4 shots to kill. And you don't need a 4th shot because all it leaves is tiny walls on the left and right that you can easily avoid. When you come up to these, there are 2 of these that have 5 upgrade pips in them each. Charge shot and shoot it. I'm going to show you. You probably saw me do it right there. I'm going to show you another one right here. I didn't get it there, but if you time it right, the upgrades will pop into the air and you'll collect all of them. Alright, let's progress with this. You'll just want to be shooting charge shots, taking out as much of these little spike balls as you can. And then when you get here, there's going to be a door here that you can't go through. The way you open it is just jump on top of this green thing. And I recommend walking off it and swimming, because the swim is faster move speed, as you can see. I didn't get a long swim there, but you can see that's like faster. So just jump on here, walk off, and then jump into here. And hold left when you get in here.
Blast! This isn't the first time I've been
This is
thwarted
where
by my
you'll
small
want
stature.
you'll want your autosave disabled here if you're on a PS2, because it will make this next trick impossible. I'm going to be doing something called left lung early, and you cannot get this cycle if the autosave is on a PS2. The save takes too long, and the level still moves, so the cycles are off. But if you are on an Xbox or disable the autosave on a PS2, you can do this next trick. So when you get in here, just hold right, mash A when you get to this chair with the star, and then be ready to go left. And just follow this movement I do. You jump over here, up here, and then be ready to grapple and go onto this platform. And from here, we're going to jump down left onto this. Over here, these platforms to the left of me, you can actually jump onto from underneath. So check this out. There we go. So yeah, the right side of them you can actually jump under. Let me see if I can get it. The left side you can't really on some of them. Like, this one's a little easier to do it on. Well, there we go. We went from the left side. I don't really know then. It's a weird glitch. But if you just jump under them, Stewie will clip through it. And then jump out and wait for this grapple to come. Grab it and be holding A when you let go so you can balloon over to that. And then jump across this gap and go through the pipe. We're going to have another small trick coming up here. Nothing too complicated, but you do have to be prepared for it.
Looks like a split ahead, and we have to decide which way to go.
So coming along here, there's going to be another lake of this blood stuff. We're actually going to intentionally fall into it, but for a few frames, while Stewie is midair, he can jump. So you come into this corner, bounce, and mash A, and then jump onto that rock. And you'll get an extra jump.
Splendid.
Saves a bit of
Giant
time
inflated
versus
cysts
going
and
back there where this
sphincters.
Brian sign is. And then we have the lowest fight here. When you get in here, you just want to hold L, go up left and shoot twice. So I'll show you how that looks.
What is she doing?
Then jump over,
Perhaps she
charge shot
represents
that
Peter's
lowest, and charge shot this lowest.
Lois is multiplied.
And then you just want to shoot charge shots at all these lowists. Just loop around, dodge their bullets, and you want to try to get the other lowists to follow you too. Just get them all to follow you throughout the level. Oh gosh, and if you get really low like I am, make sure you, one, look out for health that the lowists drop, but come over here. This is a good backup if you're really low. Shoot these two, and then you can jump back down here and get back to fighting them.
Don't touch me. I'm trying to sleep.
So let's take out the rest of the lowists.
Oh my, more Loises then. I certainly am getting in my target practice.
I fall asleep for 10 minutes and you plow the car into a tree?
You can also get them to follow you into this lightning, which can help when there's big groups of enemies. And then I'm pretty low health, so I can't do this now. And if you're low health, come up here. I'm going to grab some so I can show you this skip. But either way, come to this door and mash Y. If you have the health to do this skip, though, you should do it. If you're healthy, come here, jump onto this pole, and get a damage boost up here. It's faster than going to that pole over there. But you can't do it if you're low health.
The fat man's
Then when you
brain
come in
cells
here,
seems to be thinking about
you're
food.
just going to mind control
If I move
everyone
these
to the
spots to
end.
the
The
erogenous
order is
zone,
Greased
that's
Up
what
Deaf
makes
Guy,
the ship to the
Cleveland,
Testicles.
and then Carter Pewter
Which
Schmidt.
one to use first?
I think I'm falling in love with you.
And then you go, boom.
If y'all get hungry, there's some cottage cheese in the fridge.
Cleveland's the slowest moving,
I'm gonna get me a spoonful now before y'all have at it.
but none of them will
Come,
damage
now let's
him.
follow the flow to the testicles. Come on, old man, move those legs.
I'll think about it. Now let's go.
What's that?
And then after they're all at the end, you just want to go into this tube that says Testicles. From here, we're going to do something called Fridge Skip. What you want to do is jump forward, kick, punch, and then elbow drop the center of the tree like that. And you'll get a fridge to fall on you and clip out of bounds. It is very consistent, but make sure when you're doing that elbow drop in the center, you're holding forward when you do it. If you're doing the elbow drop and you're holding like that or that, you will not clip it through the wall. And then after you clip through, come up here. You want to jump down left, walk downwards. There's going to be a big old invisible wall over here we're going to go around. And then, now that we're around it, I will show you what that looks like. See, there's a wall here. You can go through it, but you can't go past it. So, you know, make sure you're cautious of that one when cutting down. And then you want to line Peter's hair up with the street here. So, I'll show you kind of. See how Peter's hair lines up with the gray part of the street? That's perfect. And then you just hold right and keep walking. This is pretty much all you do for this level. You just hold right. This is like a 3 to 4 minute time save. It's pretty huge. If you've played the game casually, you know how long and painful this level is. So, you know, this skip is really nice. Now, right here, make sure you don't spawn in the grandma back there. The game's more prone to crash if you do. And if the game crashes, just reload your save. You'll be spawned out of bounds and can hold right. It might crash here, it might not. Luckily, the game looks like it's not gonna crash. Yeah, the game would have crashed like around here, right here. It's really consistent, it just crashes. And it's random. But like I said, just reload your save file. You're gonna lose like 50 seconds, but just accept it. Do those 2 jumps right there that I just did, because if you don't, you're going to spawn in some cops back there. And if cops spawn there, the AI of the cops up here becomes really scuffed. So here, just kick all the children, take them out, and then do an uppercut, take out the adults, and then you can kick the rest of the kids. Collect enough cookies to do a spin, and then gather these guys in the corner and spin to kill them all. Then again, you want to just collect more food for spins. Get both these guys to the ground. Only let one live, and then chuck him at these guards. If these guards happen to be alive and you have no one to chuck at them, you have to use a spin attack to kill them. Nothing will kill them. And then when the clam spawns, use your spins. If you don't have spins, just work towards getting the snack meter to do 2 spins. It's going to be your fastest kill. Then we can take out the clam, and we will have a cutaway here. The way I like to do this cutaway is I hold right and I mash A right at the start. And then I just flick left and react to the deer. But there I should have kept holding right. Usually, though, the deer tends to go left, I've noticed. So I just try to hold right. I don't know if it actually affects the deer's AI, but that, I don't know. It's like a superstition of mine. Anyways, we got another level where we're, of course, just going to play as Stewie. Hit start, load game, hospital ricochet. And it's the same thing again. I'm not even going to explain it this time. I just did it there kind of fast to show you what a more optimal warp looks like. So then when you get in here, jump on this box coming up to the right of us immediately. Jump over the wall and float on to the right. Now here, you need to approach this guard slowly. If you go fast, this happens.
Pardon me, I'm here for the auditions.
You fail. So don't go fast there. You want to approach this guard a little slower than you're maybe interested in doing.
Pardon me, I'm here for the auditions.
That way you don't get caught.
Yes, here we go. Give me an F. Give me a U. Give me a C. Oh, wait. We're going for a teen rating here.
Gracious. What won't they use sex to sell? Go
I
on
love
in,
how this
sugar.
cutaway or cutscene uses Stewie, but it has the Brian voice. It's so funny. And we're just gonna collect this evidence and head on to the disco room. Pretty basic stuff. When you get here, float on over to these stairs, and then from the stairs, jump upright to this disco set. Play this, and then I have an audio cue I use here, so make sure you can hear your game. But there's a certain word Brian says that I stop on, so I hit Y, hold up left, go left, and when I hear time, I stop. But I might have gone too far that time. Yeah, see, and if you go too far, this is what happens. Stewie gets caught. So I'm gonna try that again. Hopefully I don't go too far. I'm kind of glad you saw that though, because that shows you got to be careful with this. Okay, so that my timing there was better, but you just want to let go when he says time. And Stewie should be a little before the tape.
These dancers and out the door.
But if you can't do it, it's not that big of a deal.
Especially those sexy
grab the
female
tape,
dancers
then you jump
with
up
their
here.
firm legs and aggressively low self-esteem.
Jump to this tape.
Steady, Brian, steady.
Jump down for that one,
More
and then you
tapes
can head
around
to the
here.
exit door. You're gonna have to do movement out of bounds, so understand that.
Saws.
And then
Family
the way you
entertainment
do
for the
this area
Mexicans.
is you can actually jump on top of these saws, so I'm gonna demonstrate that. Yeah, you can actually stand on these. You're still gonna be getting the movement pushing you, so you can't stand still forever, but you can for a little bit. I'm just gonna take a death so you can see the optimal movement here.
Oh, come on. Who puts giant smashing things
So you
in
just
a
want to
lumber
copy
mill?
this when you come.
This is not good.
Then come flick that switch and jump towards the exit door.
It's the worst job I've
When you
ever
get into
had.
this cutaway,
Well, except
mash
for one.
A. You just want to fail it
Excuse me.
instantly.
Would you like to try my smoked meat log?
Saves a lot of time. And then you can mash Y and go on through the door. In this level, we have something called Arcade Skip. It is very inconsistent, but it's worth going for. Jump and get these enemies aggroed on you, and then you just do elbow drops in this corner while holding while holding down right. Sometimes they clip you through this wall,
Stop right there,
and if they
pal.
do, you just kind of want to not panic, just play it through, play the rest of the level normally. I'm gonna let them kill me so I can show you the optimal clip, because that is not the clip we wanted. Although it does happen sometimes. And keep in mind too, when you're doing these elbow drops, you want to flick from A to B, so it's just an instant elbow drop the minute you hit the air. That's another thing you don't want. Sometimes the lady will die when you elbow drop, which is not good. But we're going to get this here because I really want to demonstrate it. You don't have to go for this skip. It's only a 20-second time save. So don't go for it if it makes you uncomfortable.
You bastard! Ah, you bastard! Oh, crap! Hey, stop it!
There we go, and we clipped. Super scuffed clip, but I got it. If you can manage to figure out how to do it, because I really can't explain this anymore. This clip's just weird. It's more of a thing you have to do by feel. If you can do it, go for it in runs. I always go for it. But then once you clip out of bounds, hold down left and just mash A and jump. And then you want to jump more. And line Peter's afro up with this yellow line. And you should be good to just hold right. And it's another one of those just walk through the entire level skips. You gotta love it. There's really not much to say about this part. I mean, it's nice time save. When you get to Rodent Smash, cut down like this. The reason you do this is so you can hit a trigger that spawns enemies. If you don't spawn these enemies, you can't progress. So jump in, spawn all the enemies. I like to break these so they can follow you. And then group everyone up and do a spin. And then make sure you take out the cops. And head on to the next room. Don't worry about how low your health is. You automatically get full health when entering this room. I don't know why. You probably saw I was like dead basically, and now I'm full health. When you get in here, just walk up, kick, and then R and B does this bash move. You learned it in the last room, although if you do arcade skip, it skips learning it, and you just automatically are given it upon entering this room. So yeah, R plus B, if you just tap it, it does like, it'll do like short bursts, and if you hold it, you'll actually charge. You can hold it as long as you want. Make sure to spin those guys, and then move on to the next room. If you don't have the snack meter to spin these guys, you don't have to. If I don't have it, I usually just kill these guys to build up snack meter. Hopefully you get enough, but even if you don't, you can knock this guy down and just chuck him, and then knock that guy. That's a quick backup, but you really want to spin the adults where you can. Here, just make sure you kick all the kids. And then once you've taken them all out, hit the chain. And you can kick this guy and wait by the door.
Damn! This is even more intense than that time I forgot how to sit my ass down.
Here, just mash A when it turns red. It's really quick, but the minute you see that symbol turn red, mash A. And then we have something called Snake Pit Skit. It is very simple. The way you do it on PS2 is different, and it's about 2 or 3 seconds faster. On an Xbox, just break this, come here, and do a sweep attack. That's BXB, and you will clip underneath this chamber and outside. Then hold left, jump down left diagonally, and then you can jump to the left slightly more there, and the camera will clip onto Peter. And then you can just hold right. There are a lot of skips like this in Peter levels. It's pretty common to see. Just given the nature of how easy it is to clip out of bounds in this game, we tend to abuse it. Yeah, as you'll see, this is like a demonic version of the upstairs. We got Toddler Smash instead of Rodent Smash. Come on in here, and then you want to spin these two together. It'll target the moose and kill him, but it'll still do a hit to Winnie the Pooh. And then you want to do another spin on Winnie. Winnie takes 2 spins, Moose takes 1. But like I said, you can damage them at the same time with the first spin.
Thank the Lord.
We got a mashing. This is probably the hardest of the mashing games, just because you have to mash a ton.
It's your birthday.
But none of them are hard. Alright, now we are nearing the end of Cheesy Charlie's. This is the final room. When you approach the magician, make sure you mash R and B. It'll take him out super quick.
There he is.
And then it's just another one of those mash R and B to kill him. And then right here, I like to hold R and B if I have snack meter and just charge to the end.
500 tickets to the one who brings me his head.
I charge all these enemies. And then try to collect as much pizza as you can. When the room's about this destroyed, elbow drop. When the ground breaks, Peter will stand up and be warped to the floor. It's really good to learn that warp. Try to collect as much pizza as you can here. You're going to want snack meter going into the next room. Also, with these heads, when they grab you, you have to flick left and right. If you are not good at just kicking them when they walk up to you, you can charge attack them, but it does waste snack meter, and I don't recommend it. Like I said, you really want snack meter for the next Peter level. So make sure you have a healthy one when exiting, because the snack meter does carry over. And we barely lived through that fight, but we are going to make it to the end. Alright, so now we have Testicles. This is, in my personal opinion, the hardest level in the game. Just for the minefield, but don't let that intimidate you. This first section's a breeze. It's more sliding, and I really don't have much to explain. You may have seen back there a little green blob on the ground. Try to avoid those. Those slow your speed down when you're sliding. And this is the first section that they're introduced. So here in the lung, we are going to have Mailbox Skip coming up. It is a very consistent and easy skip. You want to float into this corner here, hold down left. While you're holding down left, double jump. You'll clip out of bounds, hold A when you fall there, and then float onto this part. Jump onto that little blob, fall off, and you can head to the end.
Awesome. Sean, yeah, Sean. No.
And there's more sliding here. If you shoot these, you can get extra upgrades, and I recommend going for them. It can be a little hard sometimes to collect, depending on your RNG, because the way the upgrades pop out is random. But if they pop out in a good pattern, then I highly recommend going for them. You want to make sure you have at least 185 upgrade pips before you get to the minefield. Or sorry, not minefield. The slide before the minefield. So, if you do not have 185 before then, or 175 in dire situations, then you're in trouble. Walk off of here and float to this center platform. Collect all the upgrades you can. And then you want to head to this little brown dot. From here, hold right, and then you can hold forward and balloon to get up there, and then just hold forward, work your way towards this little brown dot, and then float on up. This is the room I was saying have at least 185 or 175. Also, you'll probably see more clearly the green blobs. Hopefully you do at least. I'll be passing one up here. Yeah, to the left of me there. That was a green blob. Those will slow you down a lot. Avoid them.
I have no chance of success.
You want to hit every speed boost here or you will not succeed this. Make sure you're firing charge shots here. And we're going to charge towards this red pustule. I missed the upgrade, but if I had gotten it, that would have been a little faster. If you miss it, no biggie. You can always go back and recover it like that. But you really want to grab it on the way there. Now we can lob grenades. You really want grenades going into this section. It's way harder without them. Just fail Helen Keller. If you don't have enough for grenades and you have 190, just wait out the timer and you'll get 10 upgrades. But I'm going to fail it. for the sake of speed. If you're low health, there's health there you can grab before the encounter. Then just come up, charge grenades. I like to fire off 2 here. And then come up to this next mushroom, fire off 2. Actually, I got them all with 1 there. I'm surprised. And then I come up, fire off 2 again. And then from here, I kind of wait it out. And you want to try to get them all at once. That's the key with the grenades, is just getting big clumps of enemies. When there's low enemy counts, just charge shot. It's easier to hit them. Make sure you kill that germ and that blob there to get 20 extra power-ups before you come into this room. Charge shot as you walk up to this door to break those.
I'll enjoy that joke some more.
And you just want to shoot this while you're walking up. Hold R here and aim, and you want to try to break the laser wall.
Very well. I like a good spermy challenge.
And then once it's broken, you can come over here. You can do an out-of-bounds clip through that or jump on it, and then just jump out towards these lasers here. It's kind of weird to do, but you can get it. And then once you get that, come over here. Oh, wow, I messed that up. Well, alright, we'll go for it again just to show y'all. And then once you get it, go onto this wall, come up here, shoot that, float across.
He's back.
Now we're in Jolly Farm.
man,
This is the
Jolly
only
Farm.
level where we do not
There's
play as
nothing better
Stewie.
than a
The
full
game
bush.
can crash,
I miss
and
the 70s.
it's just not very fast to use Stewie in general, so we don't. This is called Bush Skip. You just walk past that bush. Normally you're supposed to pick
Welcome
up the
to
disguise, but we
Jolly
do
Farm.
not
Great,
need it.
Another of those tapes.
Wait here for this kid to move,
And
and then you can move on and get the other tapes.
Come, little ones.
Tom Tucker is one perverted SOB.
In the next room, we're gonna have
Leaves
to
these
wait a
things
little
out.
more for
cut.
the NPC cycle, so I'll show you the
Almost
optimal
there.
route.
If I can just
Walk
cross
down,
through
stop
here
on
and
this
sneak into the
tile,
dressing
wait for
rooms.
this guy to look at his clipboard, and then you can grab that tape. Now we are set up to get a good cycle. Come up to this square and then cut left. You also want to make sure you're waiting out these spins on the guards on the chairs. They can see you when they're spinning.
I've mostly done
We're gonna do a
modeling
trick
and
called
some
phone skip.
internet stuff, but
If
I'd
you don't want to do
really
this, you
like
don't
to
have to
be
do it in
something
your
where I
runs. It's
don't have
only a
to wash my
13-second
hair
time
afterwards.
save, but it is
I think
very,
I've got a project
very
lined up you'd
easy.
be perfect for.
I
All
don't see
major
why
credit
you
cards
wouldn't go
accepted.
for it.
Those two are
Ignore this
blocking the
phone,
door.
but if you do want to do
Find
the
a way to
phone
move them.
normally, just mash Y on the
Time for an
phone.
old-fashioned
You'll watch a
prank
cutscene, it's
call.
boring. But if you want to skip that, this tile in front of me, walk up to... Wait, was it this tile? No, this tile in front of me. Walk up and flick down. That'll cause this guy to walk over there, and he'll just keep walking into the wall. So now we freed up a path to the exit. Run, and we're going to do something called a crouch cancel. So you can see there, I was crouching when I got caught. Normally, you're locked in place when the NPCs are saying their dialogue to catch you. But if you crouch as they catch you, you can keep walking for a bit. So we do that to continue our walk to the exit, and just mash Y and go through it.
Walking on 2 legs.
I would have taught crouch cancels a lot sooner, but Stewie automatically crouch
Tucker's
cancels,
dressing room is at
so
the end of
there
this
was really
hallway.
no need to
I
teach
asked
the
for a
strat
bowl of
until
green
now.
chocolate candies.
You can just walk in
Yes,
front of
Mr.
Jesus
but I
there.
asked
He doesn't
for
have
forest
very good
green, not
eyesight.
seafoam green.
Come to this next room and make sure you grab this tape in front of the pirate dude,
That sound right?
and then this tape in front of the poster. When you come into this room, go into the table around this square, and then this square right here, pop out.
Look, you made promises. Promises with your body. promises with your horn.
Then you can come into this next room and grab these tapes.
I'm here live in my dressing
You want to go
room
kind of
with
fast
the
though,
same
because you need to get a
executive
good
lounge
cycle on
doesn't allow
Trisha.
Asians inside.
Or else you won't be able to get
This is
around
more
her without
pathetic
her
than that
turning
time I
around
taught
like
Peter
that and
about
seeing
Christopher
you.
Columbus.
So get to this door. Be very careful when you're walking up to the door that you don't touch Trisha. You can overshoot it if you're not careful.
Too many cigarettes.
This blows.
And then we can grab the last tape up here.
So, Officer Swanson, tell me, have you ever had to hog-tie someone with those rippling arms of yours?
We got another Peter level here. This one is played pretty standardly. There's not many skips.
Fast hooker coming through.
You just want to train all the enemies here, get them all following you.
Traps and slots.
And make sure you're slapping the old people as you go, because they're really slow. They don't walk fast at all.
Oh crap.
And then get everyone in the corner and spin them. Collect as much food as you can. Execute another spin there, and then take out the old people. One mechanic I forgot to teach y'all earlier is every time you see those ghost things pop up, make sure you jump over them. It'll skip an animation. I'll show it with this next old lady. But yeah, I should have taught this earlier. So when she falls, I jump over the go. Normally Peter claps when that go animation pops up, but if you jump, it skips it. I didn't really have a good opportunity to teach that though, so I'm glad we got it in now. Make sure you take out the lady there, as she does not walk, but she needs to be killed in order to progress. Peter levels are pretty simplistic. Just kill everyone in the room. It seems like someone got left behind. Was it this guy? Yeah, sometimes this guy doesn't aggro. And it's really annoying because you gotta walk all the way back to the room. So make sure you get that guy aggroed on you. Then we can come up here. Make sure you take out the drummers. If you don't take out the drummers, what ends up happening is these guys just infinitely spawn, like as you can see. So take these guys out, and then it'll spawn 2 more final enemies, and you can kill the rest. Then just mash Y in front of the elevator after killing them. No need to crouch cancel that. I like to hold down into this corner, and then just flick up and kill everyone.
You bastard!
Watch out for these arrows. They can do a lot of damage.
Get him! This reminds me of the time I went to the disco. Watch how I whack my pinata. There we go.
Here you just want to wait till Peter's stick is aligned with the disco ball and mash the button. It's pretty simple.
This is all on camera.
You'll get the hang of fighting as Peter. This tutorial is a more basic one, and I'm not going to go over the more in-depth mechanics of fighting as Peter. But just know, if an enemy is melee, you want to spin them with RX, and if they're ranged, you want to charge them like that. And there are certain exceptions, but you generally want to kill them like that. And then we got more enemies here. We just aggro.
Oh crap! Oh crap! Ah, you bastard!
It's another one of those things of just get all the enemies clumped together and kill them. The more the merrier. Come up here and take her out, walk down, and then spin on those guys. Come up here, take out the priest, and then spin the rest. Now we've got the longest level in the game, Bertram's Lair. Upon entering, you want to come up to this fence, jump, and then jump midair and hold it.
No, I have better things to
And you'll
do,
clip
like
through.
floss the dog.
It's pretty simple. Jump and hold. Once you get in here, make sure you fall off, because all Stewie has is his mind control device. He never took it off in the last room, so you won't be able to shoot anyone. So instantly fall off when you come in here. Respawn, and you will have the gun. Now, this is where Jetpack Skip is. I will teach you PS2 Jetpack Skip setup, but this doesn't work on an Xbox, so it's not going to do anything. Hold upright on the right stick and line Stewie up. With that in the bottom right, you'll see Stewie's hoverboard and the actual, like, cylinder thing there. How the hoverboard, there was, like, a little bit of brown between the hoverboard and the black line of the cylinder. That's the spot you want Stewie lined up in. And then from there, you just charge shot and hold forward.
Look at the pretty floating disc.
And then when the turret starts rising, just hold forward. But it's not consistent on Xbox. As you can see, I didn't get the clip there. On a PS2, I would have clipped the wall. So it's... There really is no good visual cue for Xbox at the moment. Unfortunately. We just don't have any real good way to set it up. I'll go for it one more time. I'd like to hit it here, but... It's just so hard. Like I said, I did it in my world record, but it was like... It honestly feels like that was RNG that I got it. Yeah. It's so hard. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there are people who run this and never do this skip in their life, because it's just so hard.
But oh my, look at the pretty floating disc.
See, even just lining it up, you can die just lining up the skip because of how imprecise it is.
Apparently Bertram couldn't afford a floor in here. But oh my, look at the pretty floating disc.
Yeah, I don't recommend going for that. Instead, what I recommend doing is when you come into the level, just hold forward and start killing stuff. You just progress through it normally. You want to do only charge shots. Then when these raise, grenade inside of it. That's another reason why you need grenades. You cannot destroy those without them. They die over time. I think they can last for like 2 minutes or something, but no one wants to wait 2 minutes every time a turret pops up. Also, their spawns are dependent on these enemies that are flying out of the turret. Right at the start, 3 enemies fly out of the turret. When those 3 die, the turret rises. You can get yourself inside this turret and kill it from the inside. That is faster. And I do recommend clipping yourself inside of it while it's rising. Yeah, we're just going to take out more enemies here. Same as the first 2 waves. There's 4 waves in total. And this can be kind of brutal if you're bad, but you'll get the hang of it.
Tom Bosley? Tom Bosley! No, it's not.
Get used to playing it if you're on Xbox, because we got no skips for it. Alrighty, and then we can head on to the exit. This box here does have 10 upgrades in it, so it's worth breaking.
Channel 5 News. A fierce battle has broken out here in a...
Then when you get into this room, just go left, and you want to shoot 2 charge shots into those. This will break the cloning pod.
Are those giant buttons on top of the electricity generators?
In this level, you need 250 upgrades before the Hall of Upgrades. So make sure you get to 250. Then here, just balloon, hit B, and then make sure you collect a few of these upgrades, because you're going to need them, like I said. But you don't have to get super worried about it. Also, be careful of those spinners. They one-shot you.
Cloning pods! So that's how he's getting his minions. Kind of a douche move, if you ask me. Are those giant buttons on top of the electricity generators?
Okay, so we're back where we left off. I'm just gonna collect upgrade pips till I get to a good enough count to be able to actually do what I need to do in the Hall of Upgrades. Like I said, you need 250. And because I died, it actually lowered my upgrade pips. The game normally doesn't do that, but if the game is counting up upgrade pips from like one of those plus 10 things and you go through a door, it will just give you the amount you have when you went through the door. So once you have 248, you're good to go up here. You don't need any more to get 250 later in the level, because there will be a free 2 right at the end.
A sled to get across this toxic sludge.
You just want to ride here and go through the slaloms.
It appears I must slide
Not
through
too
each
hard,
of
but the
these
controls
slaloms to
are
activate the
odd,
security
so
door.
it can take some getting used to. Not much to say about this part, though. You'll really get the hang of it just through time and practice. Once you get to the end, come on through these doors,
Excellent.
and then stand
Ricochet
still
walls
here.
plus ray gun
When you get
equals
here,
fun for Stewie.
jump. Once you're at the peak of your jump, hold forward and jump again and hold balloons. You will go through that laser wall 100% consistently. If you cannot do that, from the outside of the wall, shoot a bullet into that silver thing. It'll reflect around and break the laser wall. But I recommend just doing the skip. It's super consistent. Take out these pods, and you're good to move on ahead. You just want to flick this button when you walk in. And wait up here. Float on across. And then once you pull that, you can cut through this door to go through a little earlier. And you just want to shoot that corner piece there. Here we're going to be doing a thing called Big Stewie Skip. You want to push that button and cut upright immediately. Cut left, flick that, and then down left. And then you want to come back up here. I missed that. I should have gone on there. I'm going to do it from here as a backup. But yeah, you can... What I would have done, had that worked, is landed on the platform, floated over here, hit Y, and then came up here while it's rising. So I'm going to try to do that a little fast. Let me see if I can take these guys out. We'll give it one more attempt to show you like a fast version. Remember mashing Y. And then once you're here, you want to hold up left and just flick it. That'll lower that, and you can jump on in here. The reason we do that, and in a run you won't want to do this, but I'm going to show you. To the left here, there's a cutaway that we're skipping. So that is about a 3-second time save. And it'll save about 3 seconds by not having to watch this cutaway. Here are the 2 upgrade pips I mentioned. Grab those, you should be at 250. And then jump on over here and take out these cloning pods. This is the most optimal path.
This must must be the Armory.
We've got another out of bounds clip over here. This box can be used to clip this wall. You just jump on top of it and hold left. Extremely consistent. It'll work every time. You just want to float on across here. I clipped out way too early, but clip out over there and you'll be by that box. For the sake of time, I'm just going to take this way. But just imagine I had popped out over there. And then when you're here, you want to break this, collect the upgrades. You'll see how that's ticking up. That's what I meant by it resets you. So if I went in here like now, I would have had 271, right? Yeah, I don't know how many, but it just ticks it up. So you'll have like 290 here when I entered. So if I die, it'll go down. You really don't want to die though, because you need these penetrative bolts. So if you die here and your count is reset down to where you don't have penetrative bolts, I would consider resetting the run. It's going to be very difficult to continue that. But, I mean, you can. It's like a 5-minute time loss, though. If you don't have penetrative bolts, they save like 5 minutes in total. It's ridiculous. Especially on the final boss fight. That fight's like a 3-minute fight versus a 6-minute fight when you don't have these bullets. And these guys in green suits, make sure you kill immediately. They fart and it does a shit ton of damage. You can break these toy boxes if you need help. Yeah, we're pretty much just taking these guys out. Go as fast as you can. Run away from the farts if they do it. Yeah, as you can see, it really chunks you. Terrifying shit. Literally. These guys, so you'll see they're blue when I shoot them. You need to shoot their backs, so run up to them to make them run away and shoot them in the back. That's how you kill these guys really fast. But if you try to kill them from afar, it won't do much damage.
Congratulations.
Now that we've taken out the entire room, we can just head on to the exit.
Here's your prize.
Here we got another hallway of enemies. We're just running on down. You just want to spin these guys. You can charge into the ranged ones, of course. Make sure you have good snack meter. You're really going to need it here. This section is just a lot of spinning.
You bastard!
Alright, here we go on to the third section. And then this is the final section. Grab health here if you need it.
Sorry about the genocide.
Take out the card throwers because they do a shit ton. And then you'll have your last guy here. You just want to go skip it.
So many
And then head into the next room.
You bastard!
I am Indian. Far east side, yo.
Stop! I see
After
are
you
back.
take out that
So I
final
shall
guy on
give
the
you a
fountain,
hot
just
dog
charge
eating
over to
contest.
Gandhi.
If you can
This
eat
is a
more
bit
than me,
RNG,
you win.
but you just want to try to eat more hot dogs than Gandhi.
Skinny in order to win, eh?
You should be good. You need 25 in total.
Go down easy.
What a joy it is to simply eat.
Just pray for good RNG here. That's all you gotta do.
Tasty are these snacks.
I need more. to
See,
be
like that.
satisfied.
That's insane RNG. They all just fell on top of me.
Those New York whores got
Then you
nothing
can
on
get
this snack
the
food.
food frenzy ability from that.
Hey, looks like this one's free.
Again, just spin all the enemies here.
Did somebody fart?
And then you charge these guys when they drop in.
Man, we must have blown our budget hiring all those characters.
Here,
We
I
couldn't
just
afford
flick my
another
finger
minigame,
across all 4
so,
buttons.
how about pressing
You just
the
want to
button?
roll your thumb over all
Yeah,
4.
do that. Yay! Hey, stop it!
These elevators shouldn't give you too much trouble, but they can be a little tricky at first. Then we got a repeat of a room from the last casino.
Oh, crap!
Pretty much the same pattern.
Bastard!
Then this is where it differs. You come right, there's going to be 2 ladies here. You kick one, kick the other. And then come down here, and you're going to spin the turret.
Who wants my section? Oh,
And
crap!
then spin onto that guy in the blue suit. We need to grab some health here. Super low, so I'm just going to run and do that. Oh, I died. Okay. Alright, let's give that another try. You want to spin that like I said, then spin the guy in the suit. This time we're not super low health when doing it, so we're not going to die. After you kill that guy, take these guys out playing the drums. Come up here, take that guy out, and then you want to spin all the enemies who run at you. Come down and take out the rest of these guys. Make sure you have enough snack meter to do a food frenzy. You're going to need it to kill Phineas and Barnaby. Grab the health there if you need it. Head on in and walk into this corner, and then just hold R and Y. Then when they switch, and the other brother runs over, you're going to food frenzy. They'll both be next to you, and you'll insta-kill.
Control yourself!
Then this one you can just hit, and he'll instantly die as well. And that's how you do a quick kill on Phineas and Barnaby.
My slots are the loosest in town. Burn full. Too bad. I was hoping those guys...
Now we got racetracks. This is another Stewie level, despite it appearing as a Brian one. So once we got Stewie in here, we're just going to jump to the left immediately and grab our first ticket. And then you're just going to want to follow the path I take.
Looks like the police had the same thought. The father has to be here somewhere. Maybe I can get the scent off of these dropped tickets.
Have you seen this dog? Walks on his hind legs, drinks martinis, dry sense of humor.
Nope, not this one. Maybe the father of Seabreeze's puppies is in the luxury box. Night. Ew, there's snot on this one.
The movement is pretty basic, though, as you can see. There's really not that much to learn.
No worse than Florida, and our elections are more honest.
Did someone miss... How can these people sleep at night?
Get a move on, number 4. Move your bloomin' arse!
What are we protecting the mayor from again?
Avocados.
That rabbit is a real go-getter. He's won every race so far. I think I found my new public works director.
That's the kind of guy that could lock his keys out of the car.
Here, just mash every button to instantly fail this minigame. You do not need to succeed it.
I love dog races, but not as much as I love taffy.
Just go left immediately
Didn't I
when you
just
enter
leave
this room.
guy? His scent isn't on this one.
When you enter this level, just take out all the enemies here. And then we're going to have a quick skip coming up. On this platform, when you walk off, if you mash Y, you can hit that button and jump back on quickly. It's a little difficult to do, but just try mashing Y and as you walk off and jump immediately. Just like that. Then once the elevator takes you up, you want to just do a damage boost off the laser there. And take out these turrets. Now when you're going across diagonally, you want to kill these 3 BART troopers. Another thing to mention too, when I'm holding a direction that's like facing different parts of the turret, it does different damage, so you just kind of want to learn where to shoot in the turret. It's a little hard to explain. Some spots don't hurt the turret well, and others do. Here you're just going to slide. I hug the right side for the beginning, and then swap over to the left when the tube starts turning that direction. You want to just really manage your health here. If you get too low, you can die, so go for the health power-ups when you see them. You really don't want to be slacking on those. It's easy to overlook, but if you don't get enough health, you're gonna die. Also avoid these barrels of disease. Then when you get in here, break these boxes to heal up. This third one never has spikes. You can go onto the pipe here and then grapple up. Come across to the right here. And then from up here, you want to get on top of the crusher. Be careful not to be killed by it. From up top, you can just walk off and jump over here.
Bertram thinks he can hide from me at the top of this rock.
Next, we got Gantry 2 Skip. That'll be coming up very shortly. Also, you can jump on these and jump over here to clip through the ground. It's a small skip, nothing huge. Yeah, up here is Gantry 2. What we're going to do for this skip is, you see this little panel thing? You want to fly into it holding up left twice, and then hold left and double jump. And then Stewie will flip up here. And you can just walk across here. This will actually speed up your move speed, so walk, don't jump. And then we just head on to the exit.
There he is!
This will restore your health to full. So if you're low HP, have no fear.
Excellent. My ray gun
When you get in here, just walk to the back of the room and start shooting towards Rupert. We need to break him out of this cage. It takes 75 shots to break.
Those blast doors only leave a small hole to fire through.
Eventually the floor is going to turn electric. You can just jump on it to keep floating. And then make sure you're running from these purple balls. Don't let them kill you. Around when Stewie says the shield should shatter any minute now, you can just kind of go crazy shooting. I took way too much damage there, but even if you die and it breaks, you still win.
You run like a Welshman.
We'll go at it again.
Fabulous. Those blast doors only leave a small hole to fire through. Those balls of gas might have tracking capabilities. That's what people now. I know. Once attempt they're the doors, and I'm every blast nut he's ever prompted. Shield should shatter any minute now.
that's how you do the Rupert fight effectively. Next, we'll be going into docks. This level has skips on every single part of the dock, although you don't have to go for any of them. The first and second are hard, the third is very easy. The fourth is a little more complicated. Make sure you grab that barrel, chuck it at the enemies, and then spin to kill the rest. Then we have our first skip. It's called Docks 1 Skip. You want to just jump up right here, around till you get to this pole. Jump on the pole and jump upright to this area of the dock. Jump on here and then hold upright and jump. And you'll clip over here. That gets you past an invisible wall. Then when you come up here, hold upright, jump. You need to get these guys aggroed and knocked down. And then go on top of the trash can. From here, jump out and elbow drop. And it either elbow drops you or they kill you. It's very RNG. I'll go for it one more time. I don't recommend doing this one in runs, but this is an option there for people who want it. I say go for it once. If you miss the elbow drop, then, you know, just do it normally. See, so I know. Okay. Not gonna get it. Let's switch it up and do it normal.
Blow him out of the water.
You don't have to kill any of these food mascots, by the way. You might accidentally hit them like I did there, but you don't have to kill them. Then after you have that all done, you can progress to Docks 3. This skip I do recommend going for. It's very worth it. You just want to run this way. Jump every few seconds to avoid taking damage. You want to break that and grab health, and then come charge that guy with the squid, and then just elbow drop in the corner. Some people call it orgy clip. It's pretty ridiculous. You'll get it pretty free. And then here, just time your jump with the seal. You need to elbow drop at the same time as the seal, and you'll clip. Sometimes you kill the seal on accident, and that's not good, but if you get the ninja seal clip first try, it is very good. Yeah, now we can't do it because we killed the seal, unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, we got that one aggroed to us. I really would like to get it just so y'all can see what this looks like. There we go. And we've clipped the wall.
Uh-oh, coming down.
Now we just wait for beer. Make sure you collect every single beer. You will game over if you drop a single beer. Do not drop any beer. You can use your charge if you need it. I recommend doing this if you can't get to a beer in time. Also, jump to the beer to make the next one spawn faster. The sooner you collect it, the sooner the next ones can spawn.
You bastard!
We got one more wave here. There's always 3.
You bastard! Hey, stop it! Oh, crap! Hey, this unit just got a crazy idea.
When Peter's hand is next to the waffle iron, press the button displayed. You'll succeed that minigame every time. Here we do not use Stewie. We play through this first section as Brian.
Nope, not this one.
You're just going to grab that ticket, come to the left, walk up to the popcorn machine and mash
Like
Y.
Stewie always says, when in doubt,
And then come
set
grab
something
your
on fire.
costume. Now the guards will not detect you when they see you.
Now I can infiltrate the stands without being seen. This will not end well.
That vendor needs a shave.
Wait here to grab this ticket.
Hey, Mr. Vendor, you seen a dog around here?
You can get this ticket. Cut up for that one. And then come down and grab this ticket behind the dumps. And then I just recommend going around the cop
No
this
beer
way.
for me. I'm on duty.
All right.
And then when you get in here, you can swap over to Stewie.
My ray gun blasts ricochet off these walls at useful angles. Like you were sniffing glue during...
Okay, I had a little crash there, so if you go to hospital, it will crash the game. Don't teleport hospital to bleachers, MRI to bleachers. I'm going to include that in the tutorial just so you can see what it looks like when the game crashes from a warp.
This is a great hospital with plenty of park. Oh, lovely. The power switch is blocked off by more laser beams. I must find something or someone.
All right, now I can get
Now we
down to
can do
some
this as
serious
Stewie.
sleuthing.
Hey, vendor, show me your nuts.
Ah,
You just
crap.
want to feed
Better
anyone
fill
who
these
orders
people's
food.
orders, otherwise my cover will be blown. If I talk to someone who didn't order, I'll get caught. So I better remember who ordered.
I'm hungry.
I love month-old nachos.
Hey, buddy.
I require some cotton candy and a large fruit punch.
Hey, over here. Thanks for the grub, bub. Nachos? I got nachos!
Who do I have to sleep with to get served around here?
You pretty much just want to follow this
I
pattern
need
I'm
another
taking
hot
every
dog,
time.
'cause I ate the other one already.
It's always going to be the same
Yoo-hoo.
spawns. They never change who's ordering, so this
Yay,
is not
peanuts.
RNG, this is just memorization.
See,
Thanks for the grub, bub.
Hey, I want to stuff my face.
And this will be
Hey,
the
show
last
me the
wave.
food. I want to be serviced.
Yeah, that hot dog didn't stand a chance. Give me another.
Hey, buddy.
Man,
I love 5-year-old hot dogs.
Ooh, yummy.
now that these morons are
Now
safe,
that
I
everyone's
get to
fed,
work
we can
looking
go to
for
the
that
next level. This will actually load us in
This
as
is the
Brian
scent.
again, while being the same level still. It for some reason reloads Brian in. I think mainly just to remove the costume.
A little of this into
But it does load you in as Brian again, so we're just gonna warp again. I believe Ricochet works for this. If it crashes, we're gonna see here, and yeah, please bear with me. This is very new tech.
Ray gun blasts ricochet off these walls at useful angles. Like you were sniffing glue during...
Here we go. Now I just...
I wish my name was Chet. People would be like, hey, Chet. And I'd be like, hey.
These kennels are much nicer than the ones in Bangkok. God, now that was a weekend.
My movement was pretty bad in the last room, so I apologize for that. It took me several times to record that. This tech is very new, and I wanted to get this tutorial out as soon as possible. But in turn, I have not learnt some of these later paths. Sorry about that. Here we are in Beach, Peter.
Bring it on!
If you don't have at least half your snack meter full, punch this and get hot dogs. Just get as many hot dogs as you need. They'll keep falling if you punch it. And then after your snack meter's full, jump up here, and then elbow drop onto Quagmire. Hold up right, and then jump up this wall. And then from out of bounds here, jump the first crack. The second crack, jump down right towards. And then from the tent, jump in the middle of the tent and hold upright once you get there. And then from here, down right and mash A. Now we're in the cave. You can just run to the right here. It'll play a little cutscene, and then hold R and Y, and just hold right, and go into the night. Now you do a little QTE. This is very simple, but if you're on PlayStation, you are going to want to pause buffer your inputs. So press the button, pause, look at the input, press it, pause. The reason you do that is it requires like double the speed, and it's hard to have that reaction time.
Go Jesus, it's Christmas. Go Jesus, it's Christmas.
But it is your call. You don't have to pause buffer if you're comfortable with the timing on a PS2. I just find it near impossible without the pause buffers. Now we are going to the playground fight. This first phase is very simple. You just want to line your bullet up about right here, a little to the right of Bertram, and then walk right, and it should take out all the Bertrams. You got to do this 3 times.
Daniel, stay still!
And then one... Oh. Okay, actually that was the last one. Now we have Giant Bertram. We're just going to shoot his foot till it gets hot. And then we can shoot him in the head. So you come over here and shoot his foot a bunch. Try to aim it so the bullet is hitting both feet at once. They both can take damage. And then after you've damaged him, go up there and shoot him in the head.
Give up now and I might spare you. Must take the high ground if I hope to do him any damage.
Oh! Give up, Stewart! I hardly felt that.
This is like Honey, I Shrunk His Package. Because he has a small package.
After you've done 3 shots to him, it's going to reset and be a harder version of the fight. Same idea, though. Come and shoot his foot. And then after he grabs it, you're going to grapple up here. This time, float diagonally down to this monkey bar. And then float across. And then here, you can actually float into this part of the wall here and mash B. I didn't get it, but... hopefully one of these waves I will get it. I am going to go for it on this next one. Because I do want y'all to see that. If you don't get it, don't worry though. But it is very worth going for.
I must take the high ground if I hope to do him any damage.
Just like that. And you can get a grapple a little bit early.
Give up now and I might spare you.
This is like Honey, I Shrunk His Package. Because he has a small package.
And then after you kill him, just hold right here. That's so this cutscene can pan quicker.
Of course! I must destroy the device on his radar.
And then it's... repeat.
To destroy that device on his gun.
You just shoot the legs, wait for him to fall, shoot the gun. Grab health if you need it, but you really don't. His stomps don't damage you as long as you're in this spot. So make sure you're positioned here to avoid any damage during the fight. And we got one more shot to do.
Give up now and I might spare you.
Now we are on to the final level. This is the chicken fight. Chicken fight is roughly 20 seconds faster if you play it as Stewie But Stewie is only good to play as on the PlayStation, as the camera is a little bad. So here when you walk in, you just want to spin the chicken right away. It'll put you into that cutaway, or QTE, sorry. I failed the QTE, so I had to redo it. But yeah, when you walk in this room, just hold right and spin. Here, just be mashing X and B back and forth, starting with X and holding down. I don't really know how to consistently do this, but you need to, like, hit the chicken where he blocks. Sometimes he does it, sometimes he doesn't. If not, just wait for him to fall and you can beat the shit out of him again. This pretty much is just beat the shit out of the chicken until it lets you QTE and then complete the QTE. There's not much to the Peter chicken fight. If I was doing it as Stewie, I would have more to explain, but it's really simple as Peter. Here in the prison, just wait for him to fall. And here you actually want to punch. You don't want to spin. He doesn't react well to spins here. He'll block them. For some reason, the chicken AI is really good at blocking in prison. And more often than not does. It's random, but it's better to just do XBX. And then BXB here to do the little spin combo. That's how you want to damage the chicken.
Oh, crap!
And then once he's down for the second time, you can actually spin. Here, it's just XBX.
Hey, stop it!
And once he goes down for the second time, spin him. That's a key thing, too, is usually you want to wait for the second time that they go down. Not always, but usually that is the case. Then just wait for the chicken to float in the air. If you manage to catch him and punch him before he jumps, that's great. If not, it's going to be best to do XBX as it's the faster attack. Get him to the ground and spin. And we got the final room. So just clear some space here for yourself. Wait the chicken landing, and spin. So I did not kill him with the spin there. Sometimes it does enough damage, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes he blocks too, but I think going for the spin on the final room is worth it. Now, you'll see the chicken's health bar there. Oh, I'm guessing I failed it, but it was empty. That's very good. If the chicken has any health when you go into this QTE, you're going to be forced to fight him again. If he is completely drained, it'll just go to a second QTE. So yeah, I did fail. We're going to try to completely drain the chicken before this, just so we can show that off. So it will just go into another cutaway. But otherwise, if the chicken still has health, don't worry. You just have to repeat that fighting stage to get him back into a damaged enough state for a QTE. I don't know why the game works this way, but it just does. Once this QTE HUD disappears, that is time. So right there, that would have been time. And you have just completed the Family Guy video game in hopefully under 2 hours. Thank you everyone for watching. My name is Chloe Glenn. I hope you enjoyed. If you got any questions still after this tutorial, I recommend joining our Discord. The Family Guy video game Discord and Back to the Multiverse Discord will be linked in the bottom. It's a joint Discord for both games, so if you got an interest in either, you should come down. But yeah, we'd love to help you learn the route, and if anyone needs help with the route too, I'll help them out. If you got any questions, I'm happy to answer. I'd love to see more people running this game. I'd love to eventually get a tournament going if we got enough runners. And I'm really hopeful for the future. Look out for a cutaway % tutorial. That will be me explaining all the cutaways. I will be doing that at some point. And a more in-depth and advanced tutorial will be made at some point. I just really wanted to get something out quickly to help people because there's been some new tech discovered, and I want to get new runners in. This is a great time for the game. So much is being found right now, like so much. So it's a really hype time. If you're looking for a game with a cool community and a cool run, then the Family Guy is definitely the way to go. And like I said, I'd love to help some new people get into this game. So yeah, drop a follow if you enjoyed the video, like it if you enjoyed it, and share with your friends. Like I said, we're trying to grow the community. Bye-bye, everyone.